if Prince Harry lied on his immigration application, then he will face the full weight of American law, and he would face deportation or up to 5 years in prison or both.
So Meghan and Harry are facing potential deportation after a massive immigration fraud investigation. The State Department is releasing hundreds of documents on June 12th that could expose lies on his visa application. If proven, he faces 5 years in prison or deportation. This could end their American dream permanently.
I think that's really out of order, and Prince Harry should not be engaging in political matters and making political statements, and especially as a member of the royal family, he should not be engaging in political matters. That's not his role. But this was yet another act of massive narcissism by Prince Harry.
This violates 300 years of royal protocol. The monarchy has stayed neutral since George III lost America in 1776. Even during World War II, the royal family never publicly criticized Allied leaders. Making anti-Trump statements while his father visits Washington shows complete disregard for constitutional monarchy principles.
So our legal case for the release of Prince Harry's immigration records continues. It's very much alive and thriving, I would say. And the State Department, in response to our requests, has promised to release potentially hundreds of documents relating to Harry's immigration case.
The timing reveals calculated sabotage. King Charles spent months preparing this state visit to repair UK-US relations after Labour's disastrous policies. Then he deliberately makes inflammatory statements in Ukraine just days before his father arrives. It's diplomatic vandalism designed to steal headlines from the King's crucial mission.
And it's not certain at this stage whether we're going to see the release yet of Prince Harry's immigration application itself, but we are going to see the release of hundreds of documents relating to Prince Harry's application. And the State Department have a new deadline in place, June 12th, actually.
Despite facing a third assassination attempt, both leaders prioritized this relationship over personal safety. The Secret Service had to completely redesign security protocols, yet neither Trump nor Charles cancelled. Their dedication to the special relationship makes his political interference even more disgraceful and selfish.
And if Prince Harry lied on his immigration application, then he will face the full weight of American law, and he would face deportation or up to 5 years in prison or both, potentially.
The Suez Crisis destroyed Anthony Eden's career and nearly ended the special relationship permanently. Starmer's refusal to support America against Iran has created the worst diplomatic crisis since 1956. The king is trying to salvage centuries of alliance, while his son actively undermines those efforts through reckless political statements.
And we're doing this really on behalf of the American people because we believe there is a clear public interest in the release of Prince Harry's immigration records. He should be held to account.
Starmer's government is collapsing, with approval ratings at historic lows. The Mandelson appointment scandal and Iran policy failures have triggered resignation calls from his own MPs. During this constitutional crisis, the monarchy's stability becomes crucial for maintaining international relationships and democratic legitimacy.
I think that Prince Harry really cares only about himself, and also, of course, Meghan Markle is absolutely the same, and they are incredibly narcissistic individuals.
The US-UK alliance anchors NATO, Five Eyes intelligence sharing, and global financial systems. With China rising and Russia threatening Europe, this relationship literally protects Western civilization. His political meddling doesn't just embarrass the royals, it threatens the entire democratic world order during our most vulnerable moment.
And this is why, Prince Harry made these statements in Ukraine, attention-grabbing statements, just before his father is visiting the United States. And also for Prince Harry, who remains a member of the royal family, to basically make an attack on the US president. I think that's really out of order.
The State Department's cooperation signals they've found something significant. Normally, they fight FOIA requests for decades. Their willingness to release hundreds of documents by June 12th suggests the evidence is damning. Why else would they comply so quickly if the records were clean?
And of course, a political attack on President Trump, who I might add actually, in the past has done a huge amount actually in support of the people of Ukraine, and the United States has done a huge amount to support the defense of the Ukrainian people.
Federal immigration fraud carries mandatory 5-year sentences with no parole. The Justice Department prosecuted 8,000 cases last year alone, with a 94% conviction rate. Celebrity status won't matter. Martha Stewart, Michael Cohen, and Paul Manafort all learned that federal courts don't care about fame or connections.
Both of them should be stripped of their royal titles. They should not be carrying royal titles and engaging in any kind of political activity. They undermine the royal family. They don't care about the royal family. They're in it for themselves, Kinsey. That's the reality.
The pattern is unmistakable. Every family milestone gets sabotaged. He attacked the royals during Philip's funeral, during the Platinum Jubilee, and now during this crucial state visit. She's clearly coaching this behavior, turning him into a perpetual victim who can't let his family succeed without creating drama.
In fact, it's the most high-profile, I think, immigration-related case in the United States in many decades. And there's a clear public interest, actually, in ensuring that Prince Harry's records are released.
You can't cash royal checks while trashing royal principles. Either be working royals who stay silent on politics, or be private citizens who lose the titles. The current arrangement gives them global platforms funded by taxpayers while facing zero accountability. Parliament should strip those titles immediately.
But ultimately, Kinsey, I believe we are going to win this. And we do have a US administration in place that we believe really does act in the interest of the American people, and they have been very cooperative with regard to our legal requests. And
June 12th will expose whether America has two justice systems, one for celebrities, one for everyone else. These documents could reveal the biggest immigration fraud in decades. If the evidence shows lies, deportation becomes inevitable. No royal title, no Hollywood connections, no amount of victimhood can override federal law.
I do believe that some of the documents released will be significant and consequential. So we shall have to see what is exactly contained in these documents. But
June 12th could be explosive. We're talking cocaine, cannabis, and psychedelic admissions potentially contradicting federal visa documents. If those discrepancies exist, this becomes the highest profile immigration fraud case in decades and sets a powerful precedent for equal enforcement.
I do believe ultimately we are going to prevail in seeing the release of Prince Harry's immigration records. It's just a matter of time, really.
The momentum is building fast. State Department cooperation, federal document releases, and clear legal deadlines show this investigation has serious backing. Even if there are delay tactics, federal law enforcement ultimately gets results when they're committed to a case.